I struggled to get into bed last night, even climbing up the stairs, having a bath, PJs, I didn't even think I'd make it out the bath. People don't realise that with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue, although they are different in the sense of the diagnosis, just how much energy pacing matters, but also why I have to do so much stuff in the morning, because when I get a wave of fibromyalgia, it literally rides all over my body like pins and needles. I can barely move, and I do try and move and do my exercises I've got up in my office from the physio. Even when I'm at the desk, I'm starting to struggle to write. But it's not all doom and gloom at all. But I got diagnosed about 6 months ago after literally living off sugar-free energy drinks, I won't lie, far too much caffeine to just try and keep me going. And obviously that triggers the waves because caffeine's a stimulant. The same with sugar. I literally struggle to have sugar because that's an inflammatory, and I can really feel all my joints. So I try and do my exercise in the morning, my stretch like an animal's. All animals, we should stretch within the first 20 minutes of waking, because also it helps not just my anxiety but my fatigue, which is often brought on from stresses and anxiety, or even vibes. I'm not very good with negative vibes. But it's different, the sense of chronic fatigue, in the sense of chronic fatigue is different when it comes to exercise, whereas fibromyalgia, gentle exercise can also help it. I do kind of high intense because I'm fairly fit from years of fitness in the morning, but then it gets gentler throughout the day and then nothing at night, because I can get to the point where literally people see me for the first half of the day, they'll hear me on the phone, and then I'm starting to slur. I can barely walk sometimes. It's quite challenging. Even last night, even just like getting into bed, I was just struggling, which people wouldn't think as a kind of 33-year-old young fit mum who does lots of fitness, lots of dance, but when it hits me like this wave, it's really hard, and it can come at any time. It tends to come at the afternoon when I'm starting to get tired and fatigued, but that's where meditation and body scan mindfulness breaks. Having those breaks in the day is much more than just Pomodoro technique, which is just fabulous for your workload where you're doing it in focused bursts, but it's also that in terms of all our energies. With chronic fatigue, it's different when it comes to exercise. They say you should not exercise as much and really do take it easy. So it's a slightly different thing, but it is a form of chronic fatigue. It's just not the same as the diagnosis as far as I'm aware. But most of all, sleep, because I'd got my anxiety triggered the night before. I couldn't sleep properly, and that just messed me up yesterday. Saying that, I was still really productive for the normal person, but I just mentally and physically felt and emotionally felt drained. But also I think with hormones, it's important to recognise our cycle times in the month, when we might feel more drained than others. And just to really, for all of us to have that body scan of ourselves, that daily check-in. Do I feel emotionally tired? Do I feel physically tired? And I just wanted to be honest about it, because there's a lot of mental health awareness at the moment, which is brilliant. And I'm big on mind and body fitness, but I still have my own battles. I don't even like to call them battles. What do I say? I stride over life challenges now, strut over them. They're not battles anymore. It's part of me. It's part of the beauty and the diversity of me. And I often feel like I experience certain things so that I can share what it's like with the wider audience, whether it be incontinence or chronic fatigue. but it gives me a real insight as well into something that's physically manifesting in my body. But that's not to say I feel defeatist at all. I live a very good life, but it's also just being honest and open. So I'd love to know if you've got any experience of a chronic long-term health condition. I've obviously got a few disabilities on paper, but we can transform our disabilities into superpowers. For me, it's giving back by speaking out in the media, online, writing, my newspaper columns, doing my mind and body fitness, my squats and sparkles health clubs. That's my way of communication, is I give through communicating messages that we don't always hear. So I'd love to know as well how you can transform and how you transform your disabilities into superpowers. Sending you so much peace, love and shimmies. Please do keep subscribing. It means the world. I am oh so grateful. Take care.